Good afternoon, everyone. We are going to go ahead and call to order the February 24th, 2023, 1:02 p.m. Canvassing Board Certification Meeting for the February 14th, 2023 special election. I am Canvassing Board Member Julie Wise, your elected King County Director of Elections. And with me, I have Canvassing Board Member Susie Slonaker, the Chief Deputy in the Prosecuting Attorney's Office, and Stephanie Sirkovich, Chief of Staff to the King County Council. We are staffed today by Geraldine Hampton, our King County Elections Ballot Processing Manager. This meeting is being recorded and live streamed via the King County Elections Facebook page and will be uploaded to our YouTube channel after this meeting. Now we are going to hear from Geraldine Hampton with an overview of this special election.
Thank you, Director Wise. Before I go through a summary of our election activities, I have an item to present to the board. This is item E-4000. It's 3,205 mail ballot challenges I'm presenting for rejection. These would include the number of ballots that have been that were returned too late to be processed, ballot packets that were returned that were missing a signature altogether. Perhaps the signature didn't match, but we were legally unable to process these ballots.
I move that we reject the ballots that Ms. Hampton referred to.
I second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay, thank you for that. Turning to the events of the election, our final turnout actually ended out 2 percentage points higher than we anticipated going into the election. We ended at 34%. We had originally projected closer to 32%. So good job, voters. The folks who were eligible to participate in this election were part of the city of Seattle and also the Enumclaw School District. So that rounded out to just over or just under 502,000 eligible voters. So that turnout translated into approximately 172,000 ballots that came back that were processed. So activity at our drop box locations include 34 open boxes, again, around the Seattle and Enumclaw areas. The most utilized drop boxes for this election included, no surprise, Ballard Library, who received around 7,500 ballots at Ballard. And then Seattle Central College was second place and received around 5,000 ballots for the election. The total returns at our 34 locations came into 72,000 ballots, and that ended up being around 42% of our total returns. Over half of those ballots at the drop boxes came in on election day, so that's 53% we received on February 14th. We had one vote center location open this election here at Renton headquarters. Activity was a little sparse. We registered 7 voters and made one update and issued 48 ballots to folks who visited us in person. So still activity happening at here, our Renton headquarters. For challenges, we just spoke to those 3,200 mail ballot challenges. Of that number, over half, it was 54%, were actually returned too late to be processed. And there were around 1,400 signature challenges remaining as of today, which is less than 1%. So it's 0.8% of total ballots returned. 41% of the voters who had a signature challenge received a letter and decided to return it. We usually see, if we're looking at a primary or general election, around half of the voters return those challenge forms to us. We did not receive any ballots we needed to treat as a provisional ballot. So no information around that. We didn't receive any. And even though the election was a little bit smaller in scope, we still needed to hire additional help to get us through this election. So we brought on an additional 70 temporary workers to help us out in the various tasks we need to complete, including customer service, closing those 34 drop boxes, processing the ballots, data entry, and so on. So thank you to the 70 additional folks who helped us out. And as far as observers are concerned, I did train up 19 individuals to be official observers. And we had 23 unique visits during this election cycle to watch activities on the second floor of our building. So each election, we do audits to confirm that tabulation is accurate and everything is running as it's supposed to. So we did a couple different post-election audits. The first one I'll speak about is the batch audit. This is a process where we randomly select 6 batches. It comes to about 1,500 ballots, and we do a hand count of a selected contest, randomly selected contest. For this one, we did the City of Seattle Initiative 135. We do a hand count and we compare the hand count with what the tabulation system has for the results. When we went through this process, we found we had 0 discrepancies. And so nothing to report there as far as an issue. We also do risk limiting audits. So we are now well-versed in doing a risk limiting audit. This is our 4th official risk limiting audit that we've done in an election. So this is similar, but a little bit different in that we are taking a random sampling of individual voted ballots, not batches of ballots. And then we compare the vote on the marked ballot itself against the tabulated vote in the tabulation system. So the intention of this audit is actually to give us statistical confidence that the winner is really the winner. So for this audit, we reviewed 52 ballots, again for City of Seattle Initiative 135, and again we found 0 discrepancies. We did actually have to go back and review and pull different ballots. There were a small handful of instances where the original team pulled the wrong ballot. Once we identified that issue, we went back and pulled the correct ballot. So slight issue with the conduction of the audit itself, but the end result ended up the same in that there were 0 discrepancies found with the tabulated votes versus what we saw looking at the original ballots. I'm happy to say this is our 28th election in a row now that we've had 0 discrepancies. So great job to the team, no issues, no discrepancies, meaning everything we received has been accounted for. We know exactly where it is. Did we count it? Did we not count it? And so on. And then I'm already looking forward to the future, which is our next election coming up. April 25th is the next special election. We already have a handful of items that will be on the ballot. Our first canvassing board meeting is scheduled for May 4th at 2 p.m. And that's what I have for you on February election.
Great, Geraldine. Thank you so much, and congratulations, and thank you to all the 140 employees at King County Elections that successfully conducted this election against inclement weather, a power outage, and all the things. It's always fun to conduct February special elections. Team did a fabulous job. Always would love to see higher turnout, but I'm pretty comparable to past special elections. Thanks for your report out, Geraldine Hampton. Board, do we have any questions for Geraldine?
No.
No, thank you.
Should we do the oaths?
Sure. Julie, I will now read to you the oath of authenticity. Excuse me, it reads, I solemnly swear that the unofficial returns and supporting documentation of the special election held on February 14th, 2023, excuse me, in King County, state of Washington are true and correct.
I do. Our next item is the certification of the canvassing board that we'll all sign. And it reads, the undersigned officers designated by law as constituting the canvassing board for the County of King, State of Washington, hereby certify that this is a full, true, and correct copy of the abstract of votes, including the number of registered eligible voters, cumulative results, precinct results, and report of votes cast at the special election held on February 14th, 2023 in King County, State of Washington. I do.
I do.
I do.
Great. As Geraldine said, we are looking to have a pretty good size April special election. So we will be back to do that in just a little while. But until then, do we have any further business?
No.
No.
No further business. This meeting is officially adjourned at 1:12 p.m. on Friday, February 24th, 2023. Thank you.